Welcome bitches, one and all, to my reaction to Season 4, Episode 15 of the Vampire Diaries, Stand By Me. Now, last time we ended on a pretty major scene where it seems as though Jeremy has been murdered by Silas. Now, does that mean Jeremy's gone? I don't know. I mean, the odds aren't looking good for him, but with Bonnie with her like advanced powers now, and given that we've got this whole thing about Silas being able to raise the dead, maybe, but was that all false? And even if Bonnie has this extra power, does that mean she can raise the dead? Like, it isn't looking good for Jeremy, but I don't know. I'm not prepared to lose him. Not because I have a huge attachment to Jeremy, because yeah, he's a decent person, he's a decent character and all that, but it's more so how his character influences everyone else. Like with Bonnie, with this like unstable force within her, if she's having to deal with the death of Jeremy, what will that mean for her? And then Elena as well. Like Jeremy's death would impact the entire group in ways that I can't say right now. Like it could destroy everything. So very excitedly hesitant to get into this episode and see what is truly in store for Jeremy's future. But yes, with that said, let's jump back in to the world of the Vampire Diaries. Is this them at home or something? Like, what happened? Wait, really? Like, what, did Silas escape and we're just accepting Jeremy's dead? Did it not work? Did the ring not work?
Elena's in there waiting for the Gilbert ring to bring Jeremy back to life. Jeremy was one of the 5.
That makes him supernatural.
He's supernatural.
Fuck.
She won't survive this.
I'm a bit lost for words. I didn't expect us to be getting into this episode just accepting that he was dead. I thought that there'll be like some solution, but maybe there will be some solution. But right now, it does truly give off the vibe that Jeremy is dead, which, damn. Now, in terms of Bonnie and all that, obviously Silas probably grabbed her and took her with him. So that's where Bonnie is. How is Bonnie going to cope with this as well? Like, we're talking about Elena, and I'm sure Elena's going to really struggle. But given that Bonnie is like really unstable with this magic, what is going to happen here?
Hey, you're home. I was trying to clean the burn mark.
Oh, Caroline.
Let's get him upstairs.
Jesus Christ, she still hasn't accepted it. Bless her heart. It's not going to work, Elena.
I'm fine. I'm just going to sit here and wait with him until he wakes up.
Oh my boy. I feel so bad for her. I feel so bad for her. I think in her head, she knows, but it's one of those things where you're just not accepting it as a possibility. You're like, yeah, maybe he's supernatural, but I don't care. You know what I mean?
Unless you're a blonde, a Bennett witch, or a doppelganger. Suggest you steer clear.
Where is it?
Oh my Christ, Rebekah.
She killed Jeremy.
Yep.
Or somebody did.
Well, she didn't. We know Silas did, but...
Beware of the immortal Silas. He was asleep in that cave. He's awake now.
Yep. Okay, here we go. Are we finally going to get a look at Silas?
Don't touch it.
Shane? What the fuck are you doing here?
Help treat the wound. It was Silas. He helped me.
Okay.
Silas is gonna bring them back.
What you want to do isn't natural, Shane. You can't bring back the dead.
Yeah.
I think you'll change your mind now.
But how? I'm so confused.
He needed blood.
Has she blanked out the memory?
Jeremy was there.
What are you saying?
Jeremy's dead.
Shane... I know that Shane's trying to get Bonnie on his side and all that, but Shane is like one of the few people who understand how unstable Bonnie would be right now. So like, is it really a good idea to be telling her this and just like leaving that information flat out, you know?
But we're talking about Elena here. She feels grief more powerfully than anyone else. I think her denial is the one thing protecting her from letting it all in.
Yeah, I agree. She knows the truth, but she's not accepting it yet.
Use a sire bond to convince her that everything's okay. I'm not in denial.
Oh, fuck.
His tattoo's gone. Maybe it being gone means that he fulfilled a supernatural destiny. Maybe he's back to normal. It's possible, right?
Elaine, it's possible, my darling, but it's been a while since he died and he still hasn't awakened. It feels very much like denial, which she is absolutely in her rights to being, you know? Like, of course, Elena, her one last living member of her family after losing her birth parents, her adoptive parents, Jenna, even fucking Alaric. Like, she's lost everyone. So of course she's not going to be accepting this. Of course she's going to be trying to find every fucking route as to why Jeremy would be able to come back, you know? I don't think Caroline is being very sensitive to that. It's that whole idea of there being like two different opinions on how to handle grief. It's like you've got Stefan's side, which just let it happen the natural way. She'll figure it out. She'll deal with it in her own time. But then you've got Caroline's side, where it's kind of like tell them the truth so that they can accept it sooner, which I don't necessarily think either way is wrong. They both come from a place of compassion and love for the person and wanting them to heal. But I think that when it comes to a person like Elena, Stefan's route is the better route. Let her accept it in her own time, because then it kind of like allows the emotions to slowly flow into her rather than just like bombarding her with the fact that her brother's dead.
It's hope, and I'm gonna hold on to that hope with everything that I've got, because there's no way that...
Yeah, she can't even say it. Don't even want to think about him being dead.
I will make a list or a casserole or, I don't know, whatever people are supposed to do or make in these situations.
Aww.
What's that smell?
It's his body.
Oh my Christ.
He's starting to decompose.
Oh my Christ. Bless Caroline though. I feel like that's Caroline's way of grieving. Just trying to like help and try and sort out all of these problems. Because at the end of the day, she did know Jeremy as well. They all grew up together.
Or are you terrified of being there when she realized that her brother's dead?
Oh, fuck.
Sorry. Better you than me.
True. He's got a point. Ah, he's still alive. Okay.
Just the guy I wanted to see. Not really.
Nice. I don't think he really knows anything though.
Here, drink this, it'll calm you down.
I don't want any of your stupid teas, Shane.
Bonnie.
Shane, do you not understand?
Bonnie, be careful. Don't let your magic get out of control.
What did you
Bonnie.
expect when she finds out that her fucking, the love of her life is dead? Like, what?
Bring everyone back, and you're gonna help him, okay?
But like, even if he can, is that wise? Like, will Jeremy be different when he comes back? Will he be a different person? You know what I mean? Like, even if this does work, it sounds too good to be true. How do you just bring people back?
I came to check on your brother. May I? Yeah.
Interesting. What, obviously Stefan called her for a reason. Does she have any like psychological training?
Jeremy's died a few times too. 3, I think. So we're gonna have to... So we'll have to keep an eye on him, because I don't want him to go crazy just like Rick did.
Oh my darling. Oh, this is so hard to watch.
His muscles have tightened past the point of rigor mortis.
No, stop, okay? Just stop. He's not dead.
I need you to release the body to me.
Oh, careful.
He's not dead.
There is no science here. It's his magic. We need magic. We have to find Bonnie. Bonnie can...
Oh, Elena. Like, I have no words. It's just fucking sad to watch someone go through this. Oh, man.
Bonnie will be here soon. And she'll fix everything and it'll be all fine.
Jesus Christ.
You're not dosing me again, are you?
Wasn't your best friend once, and suspicion follows you forever.
I think he actually kind of loves her.
Oh,
You're mean to the people that you care about.
true.
That's some messed up logic.
Amen logic.
Okay, Stefan can stay here with him. Come with me, please.
Where would they go though? Maybe like to her mum and dad's like gravestones where she can like finally grieve. I don't know.
Took you long enough.
Sorry, I had to dig the arrow out of my spine. Thank you for that.
Well.
But that doesn't mean we can't tear him apart. Piece by piece, nerve by nerve. And then we'll heal you and do it again and again.
Well, Jesus Christ, Rebekah. Okay.
But she has to on the inside. Some werewolf girl. Friends with you, Professor.
Haley.
Huh?
I knew she was shady.
She was working with Catherine?
You might think I'm afraid to go back, but I'm not. Because I know what she needs. She needs me to bring her best friend home.
I agree.
He was a witch, but after he became immortal, that ended. You can be a witch
Oh,
or a vampire, but
okay.
never both. That's why I've been teaching you expression so you can do his work for him.
Okay, that does make sense then. Because I was saying that like, surely you would need some kind of sacrifice to bring back the dead. But obviously to get access to expression magic, you need to sacrifice people. So I suppose that does come into play then. But intriguing though. So with access to expression magic, Bonnie herself is able to raise the dead. If that's true, then my God, what what does that mean for the future? Maybe if she does do it, she'll lose access to expression magic. But like, this is still a problem in my head is we've never got confirmation as to whether you have to like keep sacrificing people to have expression magic, or whether once it's unlocked forever. Or maybe it like has a tap where if she does too much, she'll run out and she won't be able to use again. Do you know what I mean? Like, There's still so many questions up in the air, and I think we need to talk to Silas first. We need to find out what the fuck's going on with this whole raising the dead.
Using the power of 3 massacres.
Haven't we only had 2 though?
You've had 36 people killed.
No, I've had 24 people killed.
Oh fuck.
It's okay, they're gonna come back. It's worth it.
I'm not helping you kill 12 people, Shane.
Wouldn't you? If it meant you could see Jeremy again.
No, this can't happen then. Like, I don't think that the show's gonna go down the route of bringing every person back, you know?
Bonnie.
Huh?
Jeremy.
Oh,
I can help you.
Silas.
I'll help you.
Silas, you're a little bastard.
He asked you to help him, didn't he? He needs your help.
Shut the fuck up, it's not even Jeremy.
You know you can.
I'll do whatever it takes.
Oh, that's so annoying. So what, is Silas nearby? Is he just like watching this?
I've been alive for almost 2 centuries now. You think with the amount of people that I've seen die, it would hurt less each time.
Human connection, it is what it is. You'll forever be able to connect with people and that will hurt.
At this point, the sire bond is probably the only thing that's going to keep Elena together. I can go back to find Bonnie.
I'm on my way.
What, is he being followed? Catherine? Oh. Bonbon. Or is it Silas playing tricks?
He told me what to do, Damon. I know how to bring Jeremy back.
Oh, I just remembered that Shane said we need to get you home to do it. Okay. But like, what will this mean? I'm not trusting that we're just gonna be able to bring him back and that'll be it. Vicky. God, what a lifetime ago.
This crazy ass world we live in, sometimes not being willing to accept that someone's gone is because maybe they're not.
If I compelled you to tell me the truth, is that what you would say?
I would tell you that it's okay to have hope because sometimes that's all that keeps me going.
Thanks, Matt.
Oh.
Listen, Elena, you might have been right. Let's just see what she says when she gets home, okay?
Okay, we'll be home soon.
It scares me that Elena's been given so much hope though. I don't trust it. I really don't.
If you don't use the cure to kill him, doesn't matter if you're human or vampire, you're doomed.
Good luck to your ass.
Oh, I'm scared, guys. Because like, it's like they said, we don't know what he looks like. I didn't even think about that fact.
You're so worried.
Welcome home, Bonbon, but this whole killing 12 people thing is still... Huh?
The nutty professor's got her totally brainwashed.
Yep.
So she created the other side, ensuring that if he died, he'd end up there forever.
What? That makes a lot of sense then, because we've literally said in the past that Jeremy has only been able to see dead supernatural beings. He's never been able to see humans who have died. And I've always said, I'm like, what's the connection here? Why is it that when a vampire dies, Jeremy can see him, but not a human? And that makes sense then. So all supernatural beings go to the other side, which Ketsia created, which like, let's have a little like pause on that for a second. She literally created a purgatory for people's souls to go into. Like, what the fuck? I know they said she was a powerful witch, but what? Like, that's insane. And that also, so linking back to the Silas thing though, that means that Silas's love, because she died before that purgatory was created, does that mean that she will forever be dead? Oh, and is that why he can bring people back? Maybe he can bring people from the other side back, but he can't bring human beings back? That could be a thing as well. Interesting, but yeah, wow. Lore drop.
Because you, as Ketsia's descendant, can make the other side go away.
Okay. Sorry to pause literally right after I press play, but she has the power to make the other side go away. Surely that would just release their souls into heaven. You know what I mean? Like it would just release them from purgatory. That wouldn't mean that they can come back. And it would make sense that Silas would want to do that because he wants this purgatory gone so that he can die and be reunited with his love. So like what? You know what I mean? Like I'm a bit confused with all this. Let's just see where it goes. I'll stop talking.
Once the veil is dropped, the other side doesn't exist anymore.
Every supernatural being over there is back with a vengeance.
I can't do that.
I didn't even think about that. It's every single supernatural being.
Grams, Jeremy, they'll all be back.
How many people is that though, bro?
You can do this.
That's so many people. Let's just look at vampires alone. The amount of vampires that have died over the centuries. To just bring them all back? What's Elena gonna do? She's gonna say do it? Damn.
I'll get it.
But Elena, ugh. Elena seems a bit broken right now. I'm scared.
Jeremy can't come to the phone right now. He's not... I'm sorry. He's dead.
Wow. Uh-oh. We know that Stefan literally said this episode, Elena feels grief more than anyone else. And when a vampire is dealing with an extremely negative emotion, they might have a tendency to turn their emotions off, which I don't know if that's what we just saw. I don't know if that was just simple human grief where it like just hits you like a brick and you just go blank, you know, where you kind of become paralyzed to the emotion, because that's what that felt like. But when we're dealing with vampires, it does scare me a bit that that is a possibility, that she could literally turn them off, which I never thought Elena would do that, but the last member of her family being murdered might tip her over the edge. She still is feeling emotions right now. That's good. I'm just scared that it's gonna tip her over the edge though. Oh God. Oh God.
He's dead.
Oh, my darling.
Damon, he's dead, and he's been dead this entire time, and
Oh.
How long has he smelled like that?
Hey, talk to me.
She's even blocked that out.
We gotta take care of his body. Bring him downstairs.
But we shouldn't.
Just carry him down, please.
This is just so hard to watch, honestly. It's like a part of me doesn't want to watch it, but...
Put his body on the couch. Got it. We burn the house down with him inside of it.
Oh my God.
He's not gonna need that anymore. Elena, stop it! You're scaring me! What else are we supposed to do with the body? Caroline, Jenna, and John, what's the last spot?
Oh my God. Elena.
There's nothing left for me anymore. Ah! I can't. No. It hurts. It hurts.
Don't turn it off, my darling. Don't turn it off, please.
Damon.
Help
her.
How? What, is he gonna tell her to turn her emotions off? Like, how will he help her?
Turn it off. What? No. Just turn it off.
Right, I'm really scared about this because the whole point of the sire bond is that it's based on love. It's based on love for a person. So if she turns that emotion off, will she not be able to come back? Will she just be emotionless? Because if that's the case, holy fuck. And also I wouldn't be surprised, because why would Elena want to turn them back on herself? Like, why would Elena want to feel the guilt? Of course she's going to want to keep them off. The repercussions of this, I'm scared. I don't think this was the good idea. Elena is such an emotionally driven character as well. What will she be like without them? Oh my God. Oh my God. Well done, Nina. That was insane acting. The way you just saw the emotion just fade. I'm scared though. Like, who is Elena Gilbert without her emotions, without her love, without her grief? Like,
It's gonna be okay, Matt. You'll see.
Bonnie, you cannot murder 12 people, my darling.
Get some sleep, Bon. We'll talk tomorrow.
Guys, I'm scared with them leaving her alone. Is she just gonna go and kill 12 people willy-nilly?
But that's only for the supernatural. What about the 12 people that died on the Young farm?
Yeah.
They were a necessary sacrifice for the greater good.
What the fuck, bro?
We'll do this together. You and I. We are the beginning.
Is Shane dead? Is this not Shane? Is this like Shane made by Silas? Because I've just been thinking about it. How did Shane get away and how was he healed? Although actually, I suppose Silas could have used vampire blood on him. What? Is it Shane? I was legit just talking about it. Is it Shane? Come on. What are the fucking chances that I just brought that up? But yeah, I'm not surprised. Of course, Silas is going to be influencing Bonnie using him. Of course. Oh, that means Silas is in Mystic Falls then, because I assume he has to be close by to do it.
Silas.
Oh, he isn't dead. Why are we focused on Matt on his own? Oh. Bless his heart. Jeremy was like his little brother.
Her humanity. Damon, that was all she had left.
Humanity means nothing when you don't have anyone to care about, Stefan.
But like, guys, this is what I'm saying. This is what's really scaring me, is that they're relying on Damon being able to bring her back. But we know that the sire bond is based on love. So if Elena can't feel love anymore, will that even work? We're dealing with something that we don't know the rules about. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, I'm just scared now because, and also what confuses me is I don't know why this was a good idea, because it's not as though by turning off her grief you'll let her process it and then you'll give it back to her later on and she'll be fine. You're basically just pausing it. You've just taken the grief and gone, right, we're not going to feel that right now, but in a year when I give it back to you, you'll then feel it again. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't really understand this thought process. I don't understand how this is meant to help her. It's more so that you've just stopped it for a little bit. But yeah, I don't. It scares me that he won't be able to bring her back, but we'll see. Maybe he can. Maybe I'm wrong.
She lost her brother. I'm not enough. Not this time.
I don't think anything can be enough with the amount of grief Elena's gone through.
I know that you and we've been through some bad spots lately, especially when it comes to her.
Could definitely say that.
I want you to know that, I know stuff.
I'm glad we had this moment. It would really ring home watching someone lose their brother, you know? Who the fuck is Elena without her humanity? It's like I'm excited to see it, but I'm also just so...
Elena, don't do this.
Elena.
No one will ask questions.
What if one day when this is all over, you want to come home again?
I won't.
Elena. Well, there we go. Our last look at their home. The end of an era. I don't even know what to feel right now. It's like I feel sad for Elena, but I'm also just fucking terrified for her. Like, what will this mean?
Am I just a spark?
Wow. What an episode. I don't know. I need like a moment. I feel a little bit paralyzed myself emotionally. I feel a little bit like knocked out. I think it's because I had a week's break between the two episodes. It feels a little less hard hitting, but it also just feels like I've not really accepted myself that Jeremy is dead, you know? So yes, there we have season 4, episode 15 of The Vampire Diaries. And that was a very different, I feel like that's a very different episode to any of the others we've had before. Like, just watching Elena and everyone go through the grief of losing Jeremy, and not just like go through the grief, but watch a realistic episode as to what it means for someone to accept the death of another. Like, it's not so simple as they're dead, I feel sad, and I'm just gonna cry. You know, like, it's not that simple. She went through the stages of denial. She went through the points of literally blocking out the scent of his body. Like, I've never seen a better example of denial and how you would just feel so overrun with emotions. And then that phone call with April where she said the words, but it's kind of like there was no emotion to back it. She was like, I'm sorry, he's dead. And then just ended the phone call. It wasn't like she broke down. It wasn't like she finally let it in and was sad. She just went blank. She, like, after listening to everything that Bonnie was saying and dealing with all the emotion, it's like her limit overrode and she just didn't feel a thing. She just went completely paralyzed. And then when she went upstairs to look at the body, it kind of like all started to flood in. But the thing that's really getting to me is this whole, her not having emotions anymore and her humanity being turned off, because Elena, through the entire show, even after becoming a vampire, Elena has always been the beacon of humanity. She's always been the best parts of humanity and the love that people feel for each other, the care that everyone has for each other. Elena was that. She was the one who loved her friends so much that she would have herself die before anything happening to them. So the idea that she as a person now doesn't have her humanity, who the fuck is she? Who is Elena without love, without the grief of losing people? Like, who is this woman? I'm scared. And then this whole idea with the sire bond, I still don't think they've really thought this through, because like, if you think about it logically, a sire bond is based on love. You want to do what the other person wants you to do because you have this level of, I don't know if you can call it love. It's like obsessive love. It's like a love that you can't control. And the fact that her emotions have now been turned off, does that mean the sire bond is no longer in play? Like, why would Elena do what Damon wants to do if she has no feelings for him? Because then if that is the case, if he can't tell her to turn it back on, then the only way she will is if she wants to. And why the fuck would she want to? Why would she want to let the grief of losing her last remaining family member, why would she want to let that in? So I'm terrified. I'm scared as to where Elena's going to go for the rest of the season. Like, what? We have 7 episodes left, I believe. Is she just going to be like emotionless Elena the entire time? Like, what is she even capable of in that regard? And then the whole Bonnie thing with being controlled by, I assume that Silas is nearby. I assume that he is like, maybe it is him. Maybe he is literally talking to Bonnie, but he's influencing her so that she sees Shane. If not, then it would more so be a matter of maybe he's like down the street looking at her and influencing her, you know? Because that is another one of my questions, because we obviously know that he can do this from a distance because he was doing it while he was in the tomb. He was influencing Bonnie above ground. So what is like the distance on this ability? How far can he be to still have the influence over someone? And also, thinking about it now, that means that this ability is vampire-based, not witch-based, because Shane literally said that he can only be one or the other. It's just like everyone else. Like, you can't be a witch and a vampire. So that means that this ability is purely based on him being immortal, which is interesting. So does that mean that it's his form of compulsion? Does that mean that it's just like a more, I don't know if you could call it more advanced or just different? Because he can't, well, maybe he can. No, I don't think. Wait, no, but yeah, he can do it on witches as well. Sorry, I know that my brain just had a meltdown. But yeah, he can do it on witches as well then, because he's able to influence Bonnie, which is different from other vampires. Does that mean that he can compel anyone then? Does that mean that he can technically compel Rebekah by using whatever this ability is? Because if so, then my God, that is powerful. Because he's not necessarily compelling them. He's not telling Bonnie to do something and she has to do it. It's like he's, what do you call it? Like manipulating her into doing something. Manipulating her using guilt, using love, using anything to try and get her to do what he wants, which is arguably even more powerful than a compulsion. But yes, I believe that covers the main talking points I wanted to speak about. So let's move on to Patreon questions. Right, first up, what did you think of Nina's incredible acting this episode? I am blown away. Like, I feel like I've said it quite a few times while watching The Vampire Diaries that Nina is a brilliant actress. But this was like the cherry on top. This was beautiful to watch someone go through the natural stages of grief and to see someone show such a clear example of denial and in such a good way of like how the emotions you kind of flatline for a while, then it comes in a little bit and then you go full on denial again. And then the moment where she realized that she could smell Jeremy's body and how you could just see so many things overwhelm her at once and so many things come rushing at her. And then also when she was downstairs and Damon was telling her to turn her emotions off, to see someone go from just pure agony to nothing, that was beautifully well done. So fucking props to Nina for the entire fucking episode. Now, next up, what are your predictions for what No Humanity Elena will act like? I don't know. Like, I don't know, because No Humanity Elena is something that I can't even imagine, because her entire character is based on humanity. Her entire character is based on the love she has for people and the pain that she's gone through and how that has affected her. So the idea that she doesn't have access to any of her emotions, like, who the fuck is she? You could argue that she'll probably be similar to Catherine, but I don't know, because Catherine's whole shtick is that she is based on like the epitome of someone who wants to survive, the literal definition of someone who refuses to die. That's who she is. She doesn't care who she hurts because it's just all about her survival. But Elena has never been that. So I don't know if that would translate. I don't know if they would be very similar. I just feel like she's going to be a shell of a person. I feel like she's just going to, I don't know. It's impossible to judge who Elena would be without her emotions. Right, moving on, next up, we have a bit of a two-parter question here. The first bit, what do you think Damon was thinking when he said, she lost her brother, I'm not enough? I think that he was mentioning that a lot of the times when Stefan and Elena were even together, Damon was the one that would be able to help Elena out. Damon was the one that would be able to bring her back from the darkness. But I think he was meaning here, and I do agree, that there is nothing he could have done to bring her out of it. There's nothing that anyone could have done. And I don't know if he was taking it personally. I don't know if he was taking it as a, like, I'm not enough right now, but I don't think it was. I think it's literally that not a single person alive would be able to help Elena. Like, she has gone through so much grief, but always she has had Jeremy with her. Always Jeremy has been the one member of her family with her. And not just that, but he was her little brother. Like, she was overprotective of him. She was his guardian. And so, like, the idea that she lost him and now she is alone, I don't think anything could bring her back from that dark place. So I think that's what he was talking about. Just that no matter what he did, apart from making her no longer feel, nothing could have helped her there. Now, the second part of that question, when Stefan said, I want you to know that ... what do you think the end of that sentence had been if he'd finished it? I think it was more so along the lines of, I want you to know that I love you and that I would never want to lose you, because that's the vibe that I got from that scene. It's that no matter what we've been through and our struggles and our turbulent relationship, especially when it comes to Elena, you are my brother. I love you and I would never want to lose you. And I hope you know that, which was a beautiful scene. I like that they could communicate so easily without having to say the actual words, that they both deep down knew, like no matter how many arguments they've had, no matter how many fights, deep down they both know how much the other one means to each other. Right, moving on. Next up, what do you make of Stefan looking back at Elena's burning house while Damon and Elena keep moving forward without looking back? I think there's a couple of things you can take from that. The first being that, obviously, we know as a character, Stefan tends to look back on the past a lot. He's someone who regrets things. He's someone who misses things quite deeply. And I don't think he's ever truly been able to move on from anything. Like, I think everything has kind of left its scar tissue within him. Whereas with Damon and Elena, it's kind of that idea of like moving on and just like being done with it all and just accepting reality, which, given that Elena has turned her emotions off, obviously it's a lot easier for her, but definitely looking at them as a couple and then watching Stefan being left behind, it follows the idea of the season, how Stefan has been wanting old Elena back and not accepting that she's gone, while Stefan and Elena have just been trying to live their new lives. But the other thing that I wanted to talk about that it symbolizes is kind of, it's like an end of an era. That is Elena's connection to her family, and with all of them dead now, it's kind of like she's burning away that connection as well, and she's burning away her anchor to Mystic Falls. So with that gone now, what does that mean? You know, like, is Elena just going to leave Mystic Falls and never come back? Because I think it really did also represent the death of Elena. Like, the old Elena, the Elena that grew up in that house, the Elena that grew up with her adoptive parents and Jenna and Jeremy, she is as dead as any of them. And I'm not just talking because her emotions have been turned off. I'm talking like, just her as a person. She's completely different. She's so much different than the little girl that we met in season 1, episode 1, you know? So yeah, a brilliant scene to symbolize many things, and I really did enjoy that. Now, moving on, our next and final question. What do you make of Damon telling Shane that he didn't care about Bonnie, but when he found her on the island after everything went to hell, he was relieved and happy to see her? I think it's what Elena was saying before, where like, Damon's one of those people where he doesn't show his love very well. He doesn't show his like for people. And yes, you could have read that about like, oh, great, Bonnie, now I can help Elena. But I do also think that he cares about Bonnie, at least on some level. I think that he does care about her and cares about her well-being, because they have been through a lot. And he has also done a lot to hurt her as well. So I think that he owes Bonnie a lot, and especially when it comes to like keeping Elena alive, he owes Bonnie a lot. So I think that he does have some level of care for her, but he just doesn't show it very well. And especially to other people. I think if someone said to Damon, do you like XYZ? I don't think he would ever say that he does, because it shows weakness when you reveal who you care about. And Damon is definitely one of those people who's always on the defense. He's always trying to keep himself protected. So I don't think he would ever reveal to someone else that he cares about another person. But deep down, I do think that he likes Bonnie. But yes, anyway, with all of that said, that was another fantastic episode of The Vampire Diaries. I think we need to give Nina MVP this episode simply for her fucking acting. Like, go the fuck off, queen. But the episode all round, beautifully well done, beautifully written, beautifully directed. Like, it was perfect for showing the grief and the denial that someone goes through. And where we are right now in the story, I'm scared for the future. Like, we got Bonnie being influenced by Silas to bring back not only, Jenna and all of those people that we love, but even like Klaus's father. Like, we're going to be bringing back some really bad people. So scary times are ahead if we do go through with it, but I guess we're going to have to wait and see. So yes, with that said, thank you very much for watching. I've left a link down below to my Patreon. We're able to find the early and uncut reactions to The Vampire Diaries and all the other shows that I do. I've also left a link to my Twitch, my Discord, and my socials, so be sure to follow them if you are interested. And yes, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.